Hey guys, it's me again, and today we're back with the patch notes because I want to talk about them. I'm not going to talk about the Vanguards because I think all these changes are fine. So yeah, like the things changes are really good. Like being able to attack flyers for the thing is really good because he literally has no range. if if not, so yeah, Venom is fine. I don't think it's like game breaking or anything. Human Torch, I will say Human Torch is going to be weaker this season. I do think one because his fire cluster is just going to be weaker, and his supernova. Actually, supernova might be. No, it's gonna be weaker. Yeah, it's gonna be like 16 instead of 15. So like yeah, besides of the 120. So like yeah, it is weaker. Iron Man weaker. No, that there's no doubt about that. Mr. Fantastic weaker. Namor is gonna be stronger. His projectiles. I've seen his projectile speed and that stuff, and what I saw of it is that Namor can now two-shot like Hela. So yeah, I think it's like of course slower because I think Hela is a actual hit scan. So like it's gonna be slower still, but it's way faster and way easier to do. So yeah. You know what? Here you go. Scarlet Witch, her ult is never going to be good because it just has such a big warning. If they literally took out the exclamation point from her ultimate, it would make it so much better. But if they're not going to do that, they should at least actually make it be a one shot to anything and anyone. Because again, you can block it with a Groot wall, you can block it with shields, right? So like I feel like if you can do that, she should at the bare minimum do around 1,000. I would say 1,500 damage, like that, and that could still be like outlived by like Venom if he has full shields. So Venom can still live that. that's the funny thing. So like yeah, Spider-Man now, yeah, he just. I really do hate that people are saying that this is a buff because of his team up. This is why I hate team ups. Because it's not. They nerf the character, then they give them the team up. That if they're not the team up anchor, doesn't matter. Because if you don't have the team up anchor on your team, so if the team up anchor isn't like meta or really good, that people are just gonna play them 24/7, then you're just gonna be nerfed like Spider-Man. He had his team up anchor removed, right? The 10% bonus damage. So they compensated of giving him back most of his like half of his ability damage back, making it do 55 damage again with his get over here and spider powered mid air damage, and the amazing combo also got put back to normal. But his ultimate, his melees, his tracer all do less damage because he has a fucking what's it called? A team up. This is why I hate team ups. Because everyone's like, oh well, he got buffed because of the team up. That's not a buff. That's not at most that's compensation. That's not a buff. He got nerfed. Wow, the buff is another ability on a 12-second cooldown, mind you, that works just like a tracer, and if I don't hit the person with that on, it's just a normal tracer. It literally is a tracer that does a little bit of fire damage. Whoop-de-doo. Again, this is the thing about Spider-Man. If a healer just looks at the person that's getting knifed, because nowadays, most of his combos don't one-shot anyone over 250 HP. Meaning anyone 275 is pretty much good. And if you can heal the 250 HP character with like one heal, they're good. Spider-Man is so bad, and that's the thing. The disparity of Spider-Man is so weird to me. Well, it's not weird. I understand it, but it's like he's so underpowered, but he's also so like annoying that you don't want him to be powerful. Because like everyone says, oh, he has a one-shot combo. It's not a one. Yes, it's a one-shot combo, but Hawkeye has a one-shot arrow. Hela has a two-shot one-shot that literally she could just follow up with another sword and you're fucking dead. You know what I mean? Like, there's other characters that also have one shot, so why is everyone complaining about Spider-Man? Whenever he is the. I think he has the most reason to have a one shot, mostly because of the fact he is risking his neck. With Hela and Hawkeye, you can literally just stay in the back line behind your tanks and headshot people, right? With Spider-Man, you have to be sneaky. You have to go around them and then go to their back line to kill their supports. Because if you don't kill the supports and go for the DPS instead, the supports are just going to heal the DPS, and then you'll shit out of the luck. You can't do anything no more, right? Because your whole kit just got fucking stopped, right? And like that's a thing. And then like he's risking way more than other characters that also have one shots. Like now Namor has pretty fast projectiles and can two-shot you from across the map. Well, not across the map, but from a pretty far and pretty interesting range. Plus, he has squids, and if he has the Gamma team up, he has a squid that has his squids just have auto lock, so like that's a thing. And yeah, he's up. Actually, I think he's up here. Yeah, literally, his projectile speed got increased. And his projectile, his main one, literally got buffed by 75. So actually, yeah, and he can two-shot people now. Right? Spider-Man has the one-shot, but he has to use like his entire kit to one-shot you. Then he has to escape. And the only thing I will give people is that he has a very fast. There's no real punishment for the Spider-Man to be killed, but it also is because you still need to be in the wait. You still need to wait 10 seconds, so that's 10 seconds without a Spider-Man. So actually speaking, there is a consequence. Plus, the Spider-Man not being there could actually lead to your team winning a team fight. So there's another thing there because it's a 5v6 besides of a 6v6. So that's also a thing. So actually killing a Spider-Man does have some form of consequence for the Spider-Man, but I would say that it's less than most other heroes that need a lot more time to get back into the fight. So I will agree on that. But like Spider-Man's just getting done dirty, just like. But the thing is, it's like Black Panther. You can't buff them to the moon or like buff them until they're viable or good, because then supports are going to complain, and also it's very annoying to fight a good Spider-Man in BP because they can like really quickly kill you because of the time to kill in this game. The time to kill in this game is ridiculously fast. So like, yeah, that like Spider-Man's just gonna be like this. I hope, and the irony of him getting his symbiote suit this season, but then taking away his symbiote's team up, like, in season 2.5 is not lost on me. That is literally the funniest thing ever, in my opinions. Like, so you give him the suit, but then you take away his suit, but then you take away the literal team up that goes with the suit. What are you thinking? It's like giving Wolverine the Phoenix suit, and then later on, and like a season from now, giving him like, I'm trying to think of an actual suit because I'm not that big in the comics. I don't know, but you give him another skin, but then you give him the Phoenix team up. That makes like, it will make more sense, but like, why didn't you do that whenever the Phoenix suits are up? Also, the other thing about the team ups that I'm kind of like with, that I get why they don't, but if they're gonna do team ups, why not do this? Why is Phoenix only with Wolverine? Why doesn't she also buff Namor and everyone else with a Phoenix suit? The same thing goes with Venom. Everyone that has a Venom suit this season should also have a Venom team up. That would be actually kind of cool. Now, would that be really weird to have an entire team of Venoms and Phoenix Force skins that literally all have a team up? Yes. Would that be broken? Yes. But remember what Marvel Rivals said? They're for the casuals. They don't care if something's broken if it's fun. So why haven't we gotten a team up like that? Because we know that you can have a big group of team up because we have the Fantastic Four that have 4 in the team up. They have the team up anchor, that's Susan, and then the 4 Fantastic Four members. So like you can do more than 2 or 3. So like just give us that. That would be kind of cool. Anyways, I've been rambling enough about Spider-Man, in my opinion. Punisher getting Nerf, but barely. It's only to like his ultimate charge and like his turret. That's good, I guess. It's really good. Winter Soldier getting a buff. I don't know how I feel about this, but that's fine, I guess. Wolverine is gonna be a menace. Again, this is just a buff. I do not care what anyone says. Even if it's 3 seconds longer on the cooldown, you are literally in what's it called? No gaze control increase. Feral. You are in feral leap for 1 more second. That is a lot for a tank player. even without the team up, Logan is going to be a menace. Also, I am going to go back to the Jean Grey reveal trailer because I am going to talk about her a tiny bit. So, like, yeah. Strategist, this one's fine. This one pisses me off. Why is Loki's ability energy cost only 4,300? Now, the thing is, I can understand why. And that's the thing that pisses me off the most, right? I can understand why it's 4,300 because it depends on the person that he takes it on, right? If he takes Spider-Man's, he's actually making, like, having a increased, he's actually increasing the ultimate charge. He's using a weaker ultimate for what his ultimate charge is. But then if he uses Luna's, then like hers is 5,000. Or I think they even nerfed it to be almost 6,000, but still, it's a lot. But Loki gets 4,300. So like he can get it way faster than Luna. You know what I mean? Yeah, but I can get it. I still think that they need to either change his ultimate. That I don't think they're going to do because it seems like they only do. Okay, you know what? I'm going to stop talking about Loki. Let's start talking about one thing. The one thing that I'm going to be talking about, and we can look at Loki's face when we do it, is reworks. We've only had 2 reworks in the entire game. That being Jeff and Thor. Jeff's rework is fine, but I do think they need to buff him a tiny bit. Like probably his healing, like make it be 150 again. I think they nerfed his healing mostly for the fact that he was going to get the Venom team up. So this is like, okay, let's nerf his healing, then the Venom team up will pick up the slack, right? But yeah, they nerfed his healing, and I feel like he should do 80 damage a second because like Cloak and Wanda both do 80 damage a second with their suck that they don't even have to aim. But it does have a shorter range, so depending on how you see it. But like, just do 80 damage a second or give him like percentage damage. That would be kind of cool. You know, give like Jeff like, I don't know. He does 2.5% damage every tick, right? Every time he does you. So every second. So like, that would be cool. You'll probably have to nerf the damage though if it was going to be percentage. So yeah. But yeah. And then they did Thor that made him an Awakened bot. That's cool. But like they haven't done anyone else that I'm like, there's other characters in this game that severely need a rework that they haven't even done. AKA Black Widow. The reason I think Black Widow needs a rework is because she's a sniper that wants to be in close. What do I mean? She's a sniper, so she wants to be out from everyone else, right? She wants to be in the back lines, even probably behind the supports, right? But her kit doesn't want her to do that. Her sprint is fine. I think that makes sense for a sniper to like relocate in one way if she needs to. I still think they need a buff it to be like Captain America speed, but what do I know? I don't know why Captain America sprint is better than Widow sprint, even though Widow has less health than him. But whatever. Um, but then her other two abilities, her grapple and her kick, are close range abilities, and with her one, and it goes into her one shot. But then it also like it's not that hard to pull off, right? But also not only that, it kind of seems like her kick wants her to be close because you grapple them in and then kick them, and the kick does a stun. It stuns them, making it easy for you or someone else in your team to follow up, right? And I can get what a lot of people saying. Well, that's just to say, protect it from dive, but it's like, okay, but why? Okay, like I guess, but like still, like okay, then why? But why? If she's a sniper character, she should not have abilities that help her counter the characters that should be, her greatest threats that are, dive heroes or heroes that go around all the way in the back and try to flank her. She should not be um, a close range and far range combatant. And I know she's weak, but that's because she doesn't one shot headshot. Because again, and this is the thing I'm always gonna say. I think it's because of the downtime between shots. Hela can two shot the exact same way as Widow, but Hela can two shot almost instantly. It's an almost instant two shot that pretty much feels like a one shot. Hawkeye, who I would say what she should be. I'm not saying that she should one shot, but I'm just saying that like he one shots too. Yes. Does he have to focus? Yes. Is it a projectile? Yes. Okay, we're gonna be back here. There we go. There is gonna be some noise because of the wind, but yeah. So, yeah. Ooh, yeah, still. There is one thing, yeah. She has self-healing. So, so she has passive regeneration every time she makes one of her things explode, I'm pretty sure, right? Or is it on hit? Let me see. And one, two. Yeah, so anytime that tiny explosion explodes, she gets passive healing. And she has and she's like Star-Lord that she can kind of fly, but she's not really a flyer. Um, so yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Again, that primary is actually really good. It has pretty heavy drop off, but it does, like, it is put up, and then there's the recall. That's really good for multiple situations. But yep, she has a blink, so that's really good against any dive hero if you think about it. Just blink out in any direction, and you kind of fuck up the thing. So this is she's an anti-dive, so that's cool. That's nice to know. We have an anti-dive DPS that is really good with crowd control, she's a she's a counter. Well, not like a counter, but she is like a nerf to like both Loki and Loki, Hulk, who else? Ultron, like any hero that wants the team to be in close with each other, she's kind of a counter to, because she does area of effect damage, and it also snowballs. So like that's gonna be an interesting thing to think about. Like this, see the Loki clones are there, just boom, boom, boom. So Loki against her is gonna be really bad, right? She has a fly, and she can also use her blink in it, so she has more mobility in the air. So that's nice. Then she has that one that does 3, and if I'm not mistaken, because I saw people play it, she does 3 pillars that go off from her. The first one stuns the opponent for like a really small time, probably like 0.5 seconds. And then the other 2 slows down the opponent, and that one always puts on one, what's it called? One, I'm gonna call it stack. One stack of her flame. So that's really good as like a finisher. If you already have 3 stacks, just boom, 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 boom. Just make them all explode and be slower. And then her ultimate. Not that powerful, to be honest, but to be honest, her base kit's so good that her ultimate doesn't really matter if it's that powerful, to be honest. Yeah. It one-shots any deployables. That is what it does. Meaning if you have overshield, it takes it out, so really good against Venom. Any deployables like Rocket's ultimate, Rocket's revive beacon, Penny's mines, Penny's nests. I think even Penny's webs as well. I think Groot walls will also just get destroyed. And all that, and like any deployables, like Hela's ultimate, that Hela deploys herself, but she's not deployable, but she is. So that's why Hela got one shot and taken out of her ultimate, because it's seen as a deployable. But this is very easily countered, and also it goes through shields. So shields just get like this, like just kind of nullified with that. But one thing I will say is that it will explode on any contact. Meaning, if you are a thing, now with the new buff, I don't know if they were thinking about this. I think this is an oversight on the devs part. But if you're a thing, now you can look up and jump at her with damage reduction. Because remember that jumping at the flyer does give you damage reduction. You can jump at her, and when you jump at her, you take the blow, so it doesn't destroy anything. It just takes away a little bit of your health. So yeah. Also, it's really good because you can literally just not be close to it. Like you could be the other side of the map and do it if you're good enough at like aiming it. So yeah, that's another thing. But yeah, like her ultimate I think is the weakest part of her kit, but it's still really good. And but also it also depends on like what the team is running. Because for like example, if the team has no sort of like deployables, she's kind of weak because it does do like 300 and something damage, so I think you could probably kill through a support ult. But also they did test it in the what's it called? Um whenever they had early access, some people, and it seems like you can't kill through support ults, so that's kind of bad for her ultimate. But also, like, I think it's pretty good. It has like a 60-meter AOE range, so she destroys a lot of area. So if you are a deployable hero, you're kind of fucked if you go through her, or overhealth, because actually she's really good against like Wolverine, because if Wolverine goes into his passive, then you can literally just ult. Like, let's say Wolverine's on his passive. Venom is has full shields, so like more than 2000 HP in shields. Penny has all mines. Rocket has his ultimates down and that stuff. You literally go into them, you wipe the board clean of all of those deployables, and you also take out all of their overshield. So yeah, that's really good in those situations. But if you don't have those and you're just doing like Magneto and that stuff, you're probably good, because I don't know if bubbles get insta killed, but even if they do, I don't think you take damage. So yeah, and again, any tank or hero that can fly and sees the gene board coming, you could literally just like stand there and take it for the team, or even kill her through it, because she actually doesn't have that much health while in it. And I would not be surprised if they buff her ultimate on release for her to have like 1,000, or like 1,500 health whenever she's doing it. I would not be surprised, because it's not that good of an ult, to be honest. It's really good wiping the board clean, but it's not the best ult. So yeah, that's my thoughts on her. Also, now that I know that she does have a passive to just passively regen, I think she's going to be one of the most survivable heroes, because again, she has a blink on a 12-second cooldown that allows her, that literally makes her invulnerable and makes her explode there. So that's another stack, right? It's like one of those things. So like, yeah, I'm scared, but I'm actually really intrigued of what season 3 is gonna be like, especially with the Wolverine buff, Jean Grey coming in, and the new team ups and all of that. So yeah, flying meta is probably dead, and poke meta is probably alive. That's going to be an interesting sight. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Also, this video is going to be in the description down below. So yeah, if you want to check out the actual Marvel Rivals YouTube channel, you can. Anyways, see you guys on the next one.